Yes guys, welcome back to FindingCharizard, and yeah, a bit of a different video we're doing today. As you can probably see from the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about distribution and all things like that in this video. I haven't really done like a business check-in in a while, so I wanted to give a little bit of feedback and let you guys know how things are going on that front as well. But yeah, no, starting off in terms of the business is doing good. Obviously, I'm including car boot sales and doing whatnot, live streams and that. And recently we've had a few sales on the website. So thank you for everyone picking up bits through the website. I always appreciate that as well. I'm adding more stock to the website. I'm trying to make more of an effort to build up more of a variety of stuff on the website. I've just put out some slabs from PokeGrade. I'm affiliated with PokeGrade, so make sure you use code FindingCharizard for 10% off on those as well. But yeah, so I'm adding more things like that. And yeah, things seem to be quite busy at the minute. Every day I'm getting messages from people with collections or looking to sell this or looking for valuations on products, which I really enjoy, and I love all that sort of stuff, and which is great because it's obviously about the community, but also can help me with my business and making deals with people, seeing what other collections there are about to either pick up there and then or hold and think about for the future as well. So lots of good things like that happening at the minute. I've got a few deliveries that have come from Whatnot that are going to be filled up for the folder that we do at the car boot. And I've got a few bits coming from my Japanese supplier very shortly as well, which I think is Monday. But yes, as I said, I haven't actually announced this yet, so this is the first announcement of it. I have got myself a English Pokemon supplier, which I'm totally gassed about. I'm so excited for. And after 1 year of kind of doing the buying and reselling and all things like that, you know, I feel like I'm in a very good spot. I've got four Pokemon distributions set up at the minute, which has been a graft. It doesn't just happen overnight. It doesn't normally happen overnight, that's for sure. Because there's so many factors that you have to consider when you're looking for a distributor and what the distributor is going to look for within you. Because at the end of the day, it's not just the case of, yes, I've got a Pokemon collection, I'd love to get at wholesale price. And you can't just make a call and it just happens like that. Because when you're wanting to apply for distribution for your company, you have to show them how are you going to sell the product. So you need to build like a customer base. Most importantly, you need to have a community behind you as well. So for my whole time in Pokemon, that's what I've been doing basically, which has done over many years. It didn't, like I said, didn't just happen overnight. I've done for over many years. So I've been selling on Whatnot for 2 and a bit years, or 2 years roughly now, 2 and a bit years I want to say. And obviously built a client base through that. I have my regulars who come back to my streams because they want to open the packs with me or buy the singles or anything that I'm doing. There's a trail of customers that have bought from me as well. So what I'm trying to say is basically a distributor wants to see how often you're going to be selling the products, where you're going to be selling products, and how you're going to be selling the products. So I used to sell on my website, obviously, that I've had for a short period. I sell on eBay and I sell on Whatnot live streams, and I've sold on Facebook as well. Not lots of things on Facebook, but as you can see, I've built that up over time. And they are like obviously 4 different unique selling points, if you like, for a distributor, because they can go on my history, because I gave them all my contact details, all my socials, so they can see when they go onto my Whatnot page, for instance, they can see all my reviews and they can see that, oh, I actually send them out the next day as well. I don't have any bad reviews, I don't think, on my Whatnot, and I've got not a crazy amount of followers on Whatnot. I've got just over 3,000 followers on Whatnot. But at the same time, I'm still happy about the service that I've been able to give to those who have bought my Whatnot channel as well. So yeah, that's been really, really good. But before we go any further, business is business. So if anyone's coming on to the video thinking I'm going to be giving away my supplies just like that, it isn't going to be like that, unfortunately, because that's not how business works. And like I said, a distributor isn't just going to give you distribution if you don't have platforms or a community where they're going to sell you to. So obviously, if you have a brick and mortar, if you have an actual physical shop that you're selling through, then you probably have a good chance of getting one. Obviously, if you have a website and things like that, that's obviously really helped me, because I don't think I would have got a distributor for my English one that I recently got, and actually waiting on delivery. My first delivery will be on Monday, which I'm super excited for. Yeah, it doesn't just happen like that. So if you're a collector, you have to implement these things for, a while, and build up that customer base and think for the future, basically. Obviously, if you do vending as well, vending is a great way to shift a lot of products, and it's also another way that you can get your name out there as well. Not that I'm incredibly big or anything like that on YouTube, I'm not, but I do have a very good community around me, and links to other people who are bigger than me as well, which all helps in this Pokemon world and community kind of thing. But yeah, so coming on Monday is my first delivery for my new English Pokemon supplier. So we won't just be having Japanese products going onto the website, we will be having English as well. The other distributors I've got 2 Japanese distributors, and how I kind of manage those distributors, there's one that I'll buy my singles from, and there'll be one that I'll buy most of my steel products from. And that's how I kind of go about, because one can do a better deal than the other. So in terms of when you have a big hype, like Terrestrial Festival, I bought from my second supplier. Not only could they do a better deal for me, they had it in stock. So if you are able to have multiple distributors, then you're in a very fortunate situation, because you're not just relying on one. Because in the Pokemon market, when something first booms, if you like, then you've already got a head start on the market, rather than having to wait until my other distributor has it in stock, which could be 2 weeks down the line. And even in those 2 weeks, that sometimes can affect the market and how much people are willing to pay on Whatnot, or on through the website, and just looking for single packs, for instance, or booster boxes. It all takes an effect. So I'm really glad I got set up with with 2 really good Japanese suppliers. So big shout out to you guys, and thank you very much for the continued business and stuff as well, if you're watching. But on the other hand, I recently have got a Chinese Pokemon supplier. So obviously, a lot of people think, Chinese is Chinese, but the print run has the same quality as the Japanese. So when it comes to grading, you're still getting a very good chance of hitting high grades, which is all very, very important in terms of you're buying in for a lower price as well. But when you're buying in for a lower price, you can still make a decent margin as well. So my Chinese supplier does have Chinese singles as well, which I can pick up for a lot cheaper than Japanese. If you look on the market between the Chinese tag team cards opposed to the Japanese and English tag team cards, there's quite a big drop off in terms of value. But as the market's changing all the time, that's why I wanted to get set up with the Chinese supplier, because the Chinese also release exclusive promo cards that are only released in China. So I wanted to get on the bandwagon of that. I haven't made an order with them yet. I'm going to at some point, and I will probably look to get some Chinese exclusive promo cards, because in the Pokemon world there are a lot of Pokemon promo card collectors bit like myself, I love promo cards, and I try to get as many as I can, but within reason, of course. But yes, so I have those 3 in Japan and China. I'm just gassed to now have a English supplier, because as a collector, and I've collected for so many years, been in the market, seen it go up in its highs and its lows. I've seen it all. Now to say that I do have an actual Pokemon supplier and a wholesaler, and to be able to get these products in that wholesale price, is going to be fantastic. However, it does come with a catch. So with my English Pokemon supplier, obviously the market is absolutely crazy at the minute. Everyone is trying to get hold of English product, and it's very difficult to. And if you are, more likely than not, you're paying a inflation price because of the hype around Pokemon at the minute. Booster boxes are going for like 180, and very rarely you're getting it at that RRP price. So once that calms down, which could be in the next 6 to 9 months, my supplier has told me, that's when I'll have more access to the Pokemon TCG. So I do have some actual booster packs on the way, blister packs coming, which we'll see on Monday. I'm not going to give anything away other than that they're blister packs. And I've picked up lots of, I say lots of, and I've also picked up some other bits and bobs that it would just be nice to have, sitting on the website, selling on eBay, sitting through all that sort of stuff. And when I do card boosting and vending at card shows, it's all the same sort of product, but I can send that way as well. So obviously having the multiple platforms always really helps. And obviously when I was speaking to the guys with my supplier, they like the fact that I had multiple channels that I can sell the product. I don't have a minimum order. However, if I spend over £250, I do get free shipping, which is a big benefit, because obviously the sort of products I'm also bringing in aren't just Pokemon. A lot of them you'll see on Monday that they are very random, some of them, and none of you would ever think, but things that would sell well at a car boot. So not only do I have access to Pokemon now, I also have access to lots of other things. I even have access to Hot Wheels and Monopoly and things like that. Not that I would use those so much, but One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic of the Gathering, Disney, other TCGs like that, I do have access to, and it's going to be the case of growing the business to cater for that kind of audience as well. Obviously, I specialize in Pokemon, but the next stages will be to implement those kind of other TCGs onto the website, and and all the other platforms, and taking those kind of bits to vending, card shows and things like that. So on the whole, the business is looking really good, and it's in a very good spot. So I'm really looking forward to Monday, seeing how that all looks and how that all goes down. If you're watching, my guys from my supplier, thank you so much for the opportunity as well. Really appreciate it. But in this market, with the hype and Pokemon, I know a lot of places are not taking any distributions at the minute. It's very hard to get a distributor at the minute, considering the hype around Pokemon. So I was very fortunate and very lucky, and had the right contacts to be able to make that happen. Doesn't mean don't try, always try and go for it, but just bear in mind those things that you need to have in place before you kind of contemplate going to a distributor. Like I said, having a website, a brick and mortar, that customer base, the other streams that you sell on, whether it's Whatnot, Facebook, all those kind of things are going to be so important, because you also build up a portfolio of yourself, and you can put that to a distributor, and then they can decide whether they believe that you're going to be able to sell the product. So I was very fortunate and lucky that they believed in me, because happy days. But yeah, so there are just some thoughts that I want to share with you guys because, I mean, before I looked into Pokemon Business and stuff like that, I kind of thought, oh yeah, what if I rang them up and asked them, can I get Pokemon at wholesale price? It just doesn't happen like that. It's that's not how business works. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. If it was that easy, everyone would be getting Pokemon at wholesale price, and no one would be making any money really, apart from the distributor. So yeah, they are the very key things to consider before you go to a distributor and look to get Pokemon products at wholesale prices. But yeah, no, like I said, Monday it's going to be a delivery. I'm going to show you all the sort of stuff I'll be getting. Like I said, it's not going to be a load of trading card products, unfortunately. I will have to wait 6 to 9 months until I can get like booster boxes, collection boxes. However, when they do have restock, I am allowed to pick up those bits for now. But the reason why it was important to go into it in this end, at this stage, is because I'll already have the link. So when the market does settle down in the next, could even be up to a year. So let's say in the next year, when the market does settle down, then I'm in a situation where I've already bought from you guys. I buy multiple products from you guys already. The market's quieter. Can I now start to put pre-orders in for collection boxes, booster boxes, tins, you name it? In that time I should be there. But what your distributor also wants from you, they don't want you just to focus on one niche, because a distributor doesn't just want you to focus on Pokemon, say. So for me, I'm buying into Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm going to buy into Disney, Magic at certain points as well. And you'll also see some of the random products that I've picked up on Monday of what I mean buying into different kind of things. Because I sell at the car boot, there's a different market for a car boot. So I have access to different kind of stuff that will allow me to make money through the car boot. And it's also building up that rapport with your distributor, building up that relationship, knowing that you're making regular orders rather than one order in a blue moon. That's not really how you want to go about it. And a distributor doesn't want to give out their distribution if you're just going to keep it in your collection yourself. Because I think that's a lot of misconception is based on that distributor. If I get a distributor, then I'm going to be able to get Pokemon for dead cheap and open it all myself and keep it all myself. That's not how it is. That's not how it's all about. Obviously, when you come to a point, when you're probably big enough to keep stock for yourself and buy in multiple cases of a booster box, you're buying 5 cases and you decide to keep 1 box for personal collection, things like that aren't be all end all. But at my stage, I'm building up the company to sell on a regular basis. But yes, so yeah, that's the kind of the big news for the business side of things at the minute. Just wanted to give you a bit of an update. Like I said, lots of bits have been going away on eBay and on the website. So yeah, no, things are looking good. Make sure you check out my video coming out on Monday, because that will be in a bit of a random one, but a proud one for myself personally, because I've always dreamt of having a Pokemon English distributor. So now that has happened, that's one little dream ticked off the list. It doesn't seem like a big deal for many other people, but for me, from where I've started the channel in general and built that way up through doing different things, yeah, I'm happy to announce that I will be doing English Pokemon products very, very soon. But that is everything I've got for you today, guys. A bit of a business check-in kind of video. Really hope you enjoyed it. Bit different. Next video will be at the car boot, and then Monday we'll have the deliveries. Thanks so much for your support, guys, and I will catch you again soon.